But we are now live. We've got Barnick Bruh in the house tonight. We've got Azrael here as well. Hello there. I'll tell you what we need to do? We need to do a bit of this. We've got a bit of a double reverb going there. I think we had a bit of double trouble there.
Oh no.
A double reverb going there. I think we had a bit of double trouble there. Maybe that's on StreamYard's end. Maybe we're getting a bit of feedback.
Maybe. I don't have anything repeating on my side.
Maybe that's on StreamYard's end. Maybe we're getting a bit of feedback.
Maybe. I don't have anything repeating on my side. Oh, that's a heck of a delay.
That is a heck of a delay.
Maybe. I don't have anything repeating on my side. Oh, that's a heck of a delay.
Well, that's the first time we've experienced that before. So I'll tell you what, let's get the.
Oh, that's a heck of a delay.
Well, it's the first time
you want me to try and exit and join in again? See if it's me?
Actually, what's going off there?
Let me exit and I'll try.
Yeah, try that. Try that and see if that works.
We'll see if it's me. Let me exit and I'll try.
Yeah, try that. Try that and see if that works.
We'll see if it's me. Let me exit and I'll try.
Yeah, try that. Try that and see if that works.
We'll see if it's me.
Let me exit and I'll try. Yeah, try that. Try that and see if that works.
We'll see if it's me.
Yeah, try that. Try that and see if that works.
We'll see if it's me.
Try that and see if that works. Yeah, we seem to have a bit of a loop thing going on there. Just 1 second. Is that better? I'll add you to the stage. How's that?
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Is that better? I'll add you to the stage.
That's better.
How's that? Better?
Testing 1 2 1 2. Oh.
Is that better? We think so.
I'll add you to the stage. That's better.
How's that? Better?
Testing 1 2 1 2. Oh.
Is that better? We think so.
I'll add you to the stage. Better.
How's that? Better?
1 2 1 2. I'm thinking less and less now.
We think so. Google Chrome, we thought you were good.
I'm thinking less and less now.
We think so. We don't know what's happening there. We thought you were good.
I'm thinking less and less now.
iMac speakers are on. There are output. iMac speakers are on. There are output. Yeah, we've got a bit of a delay, haven't we?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a delay, haven't we? We'll it'll straighten itself out. Right,
Yeah.
let's give it a go. Let's see how far we get.
Like a 10-second delay we got going.
Yeah, 10-second delay. Right, let's give it a go. Let's see how far we get.
Like a 10-second delay we got going.
Yeah, 10-second delay.
All right,
Crikey.
I'm ready.
Maybe StreamYard's having a moment.
Apparently.
All right,
I'm ready.
right, let's go. Right, you're going to be all right. Soon is our pep talk for tonight. Soon. You're going to be all right. You just stumbled over a stone in the road. It means nothing. Your goal lies far beyond this, doesn't it? I'm sure you'll overcome this. You'll walk again soon. I wonder.
Nice.
Right, just check our settings, actually, audio.
Nice. I really like that.
Cancellation is on. Reduce mic background noise.
I really like that.
Cancellation is on. Reduce mic background noise. Echo cancellation must be off to use stereo sound. Reduce mic background noise. Echo cancellation must be off to use stereo sound. Guests can stream this to on destination. Blah blah blah. Guests must authenticate. Guests can stream this to on destination. Blah blah blah. Guests must authenticate. Guests can stream this to on destination. Touch up my appearance. No, I don't need to do that. Virtual background. Don't need to do that. Audio. Touch up my appearance. No, I don't need to do that. Right, we'll try and proceed. Bianca Yamakoshi in the chat. Hello, Bianca. You've caught us tonight with a 10-second delay. We are, shall we say, on 10-second delay, which is a bit weird, you know. We're shocked.
What's a live stream without a
we're
little?
Still going to say with a 10-second delay. Good to see you in the chat, Bianca. A warm welcome. This will be known as the 10-second delay stream. We've got noise cancellation on. Echo cancellation is on. It's checked. So here we go. Let's put up Bianca's message. Hello, folks. Just checking in before a necessary walk. Same here. We just had to go out for a walk to go and visit a member of our family. Yeah, just sneak in before we do the live chat tonight, Bianca. We call our walk just sometimes a walk. You know, if you've been trapped in the house all day. In our case, we're very busy today with social media. We haven't been able to get out the chair and stuff like that, and we thought we'll just get out, do a bit of visiting, breathe in some fresh air, and we sometimes think that can do the power of good to you if you just that's what us artists and social media people need sometimes. Nice to see nice that you drop in and say hi as I'm getting out the house now. Well, we say we'll enjoy that walk, Bianca, and some fresh air, and hopefully that will give you a nice feeling as we get out into the outside. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes as artists, and when we're on social media, we can get a bit cooped up, and sometimes it can make us give us a spring in our step just to go out there and see the outside world again. So if you can come back and see us later after your walk, by all means, you're welcome to, Bianca, a regular creative leader in the chat on our show, and we'll give you a big smile and a thumbs up for that walk, and look forward to seeing you later.
Yeah, I actually just went out and did my quote unquote walk. I went out there and
thank you for
I actually just went out and did my
to say hello.
Had to go out and do some weed eating today, so got my shower in, did my weed eating, and I'm refreshed. Let's
go out and do some weed eating today.
Right, here we go then. So next one, the 5 Pillars of Storytelling Live, currently besieged by echoes. It's Azrael Speaks to Tailend Studios, art, comics, movies, games, and toys. It's Sunday, the 27th of July. Brother Kit is the project we're going to be talking about. 7 p.m. at Greenwich Mean Time, London, and we're in the UK. 7 p.m. at Greenwich Mean Time, London.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, man.
Thanks no problem, brother Kit and Tailend Studios. And
Appreciate you having me on, man.
No problem. Even with the echo, we're gonna get some extra appreciation tonight with the echo on. Host introduction. Hello there. Welcome to the 5 Pillars of Storytelling Live, where we talk art, comics, movies, games, and toys. I'm your host, Azrael, and my secret identity is Carl Prometheus, storyteller, artist, promoter of indie creators. Tell you what, let's see if we can just remove ourselves from the stage.
Hello there. Welcome to the 5 Pillars of Storytelling Live, and we talk art, comics, movies, games, and toys. I am not your host, but I'm here with the host, Azrael.
Remove you and back on. How's that?
not your host, but I'm here with the host.
It's obviously popping us off the stage didn't work. So here we go. I'm your host, Azrael. My secret identity is Carl Prometheus, storyteller, artist, promoter of indie creators, indie comics, and indie comics community. Our style is universal. We can be watched by creative families, creative adults, and the creative younglings. Our motto is to listen, to learn, and share. Inspiring quote: comics are an international language. They can cross boundaries and generations. Comics are bridged between all cultures. Osamu Tezuka, legend. Well, let's crack on. General introduction, Tailend Studios, pros. They won't say it, they're too modest. We're going to say it for them. Tailend Comics is what they're about. Tailend Studios at Tailend Studio on X. A bit of comics, a dash of games, and being a parent of a baby, we hear. Premise: Brother Kit aspires to join the Warren, a mysterious organization dedicated to maintaining the balance of our world. As a prospect, he's paired with seasoned members, Brother Atlas and Sister 5, or Sister V, to prove his worth. But as challenges mount, Brother Kit begins to question his role. Sign up to Brother Kit. It's on Indie Comics Go-Go. Back at a physical tier, you'll receive an awesome magnet of a titular character. Do not miss out this epic story. It's available at indiecomics.indiegogo.com. Projects, Brother Kit, prospect coming soon. Welcome to the show, Tailend Studios.
I appreciate it.
It's Peter Orchard Studios. What's up, everyone?
Oh, nice. What's going on, Peter?
We've got a 10-second delay, so if anyone knows how to fix that in the chat, you'll get a gold star from us tonight. So we're going to type in the chat, hello, Peter Orchard Studios. So we're going to type in the chat, hello, Peter Orchard. There we go. And welcome to the chat. We like to have people in the chat. We love it. We love a bit of that. So we go, Brother Cut. Let's go. Let's go. We like to have people in the chat. We love it. We love a bit of that. Right, then let's press on, echo or not. The big 5 questions. Here we go. And we're going to have it like Queen with block vocals. It's going to repeat about 3 times, just like Queen did when they record the studios, Real Rock and stuff like that.
I can handle
like Competitors or ELO or ABBA, we're going to have lots of block vocals and harmonies singing with us as we get to our big 5 questions. So then, Bionic Bro, who is Tailend Studios? Your influences, your comics, your movies, and music. We're listening.
Tailend Studios is my solo company. It's basically just me, but I hire out for artists and those that I need to help me create the books. I am basically the writer for my stories, but I hire out artists from wherever I can find them and just give them my story after I'm done with the script and see what they present with their own process, because not everything lines up, for what you think you would see on the page. Maybe your artist has something else different, but it's really a great collaboration that always takes place. I focus mostly on street level vigilantism or heroism. Not really one for the space operas, but I do have one in my back pocket that I'm working on. But right now, just going around trying to see what my creative juices can come up with, and also sharing that out with everybody. I had my first 6-page story out in an anthology back in 2018, and after I did that, I immediately caught the bug, man, and I was like, I just want to keep on creating and see if somebody actually tells me to stop. So if somebody says, hey, you suck, that'll be it for me. I'm like, I'm done, I'm out. I had my chance, tried it, gotta go try something else. But so far everybody's been really receptive of my stories. I've done one 6-page anthology story, and then I've done 2 full issues, which are called Cobalt. That's the story of my flagship character, and he's basically a street level vigilante out in Atlanta. He went into hiding after having a quick lucky win going against cartel known against the Aranya, and decided to go into hiding with his little brother Isaac. After that, he started getting a little itchy, a little edgy, and wanted to go back out and start bumping heads again. So that's where we're at in our story right now. But I want to take a moment after 2 issues and focus on a different story I had percolating called Brother Kit, and that's where we're at today.
Right. We have managed to clobber the echo.
That's right.
by cancelling another tab, which is cool.
Pushing
Now,
forward.
that might have been a snapper on our end. Right. So basically, who is Tailend Studios? You've basically been on this journey for a little while then, Barney, bro.
Yes, yeah. I've been around the sphere since 2020. 2018 is when I dabbled in an anthology, and then I just started like soaking in all the other different creative juices that come from other YouTube channels like Film Courage or what are some others? I watch a lot of Film Courage because they have different directors, writers, producers on there to tell you the different levels of what would be present in creating a story, and not only doing that, but also marketing your book or your film. I just transition from the film to book because that's the genre that I'm in. So been watching a lot of Film Courage, and anybody else out there that has some, good little strategies or, some insider information that I could use. I just soak it all up, man. I'm just here to see what can be done and what can't be done.
Would you describe yourself? It's funny, a lot of our creative leaders like Bianchi Yamakoshi, like yourself, Barnett Bro, would you say almost like your students of film to a degree?
Well, when I was in college, I actually went for my degree in art, and I wanted to be an actor from the get-go, but had an accident back in 2013 that kind of sliced those dreams out. And so I found that comic books were definitely a different way that I could entertain people, because I always wanted to entertain people. I like making people laugh. I like making people think, cry, emote some kind of emotion. And in my stories, I feel like I'm able to do that to a lengthy degree, but also keep them on the edge of their seats to keep coming back for more.
Absolutely. And this is it, isn't it? Well, comics films are very closely related, aren't they, in terms of closely related bedfellows? They're not so far apart. I mean, when you consider that storyboards are foundational to the cinematography that takes place, then comics and storyboards and cinema, the art of film and the filmic language, cinematography kind of language, they are so closely related that it's natural that somebody who's into comics might have fancied trying animation or films first, or want to be an actor. But the beauty with indie comics is you can be an actor in your own film within indie comic.
100%. And you get to be all the characters.
And you get to be all the characters. You can change the wardrobe on yourself, and you can be the bad guy, you can be the protagonist, the antagonist,
right?
You can be the bad guy, you can be the good guy, and be the different parts of the kaleidoscope of your personality. Because we're rarely one thing in life, are we, Barnett Bro?
Oh, hardly at all, man. I mean, just being a writer, trying to be a comic book creator. Outside of that, I'm a father of 2 kids now. I know the prompt said I only have 1 baby, but I need to update that because I've got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old now, boy and girl. So father,
Do you enjoy being a dad? Do you enjoy being a dad?
I enjoy the hell out of it, man. It wears you down, but it is one of the best feelings to just wake up in the morning and have 4 little beady eyes looking over the side of your bed at you, just waiting for you to get up. It's the bee's knees.
Well, it's sometimes the mainstream media, we don't hear a good word said about fathers, but I tell you what, almost to a man, almost every male guest we've had on the show, I've thought he looks like he's a good dad, and you could hear the joy in their voice about being a dad, the fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They always have a big cheese on their face, and it's like you can see the love in their face.
Oh, of course. When I get home from work, my son Wesley, he just beams right to the door, says hi, Dad, and just starts wanting to do some kind of, creative activity, whether it's like building with his magnets or riding me like a horse, and
He wants to show his dad what he's into. Yeah.
Oh, he just wants your attention. That's all they want. That's all they want is for you to play with them. That's it. And as soon as you get home, it's all about them until they're too tired, start rubbing their eyes and ready to go to bed.
The gift of time, and you guys share it. That's a beautiful. See, that to me, that is why we're doing indie comics. To me, that's motivation enough. To me, if you can take these aspects of your life, your film love and all that stuff, and put it into an indie comic. That's the passion, that's the courage, that's the conviction that make indie comics very exciting. Hey, here we go. Peter Orchard is saying here, having kids is the best. Peter Orchard Studios, we think we're loving your comments tonight in the chat. Peter Orchard, great that you guys are having a nice little bit of just chipping in there with the chat. We like to have that balance between the chat and our creative leaders who talk with their big 5 questions. So yeah. Well, I tell you what, it sounds like you get where Brother Kit is coming from, and we'll just put that in the chat. Say we thank you for the comments. It creates a positive chat vibe, and we like that. Thank you for the comments, Peter. Appreciate it. Love doing a bit of that. And we're just having kids is the best. We get that. We can feel the love from many male guests, actually. You know what I mean? You don't often hear many good things about fathers, but I tell you what, that's not indicative if our show is anything to go by. Right, next thing. Let's go to the big question number 2, using a bit of our baritone voice tonight. Let's get in there. What does Tailend Studio create? Give us your elevator pitch. Tell us about Brother Kit. Azrael has communed to your great country and gently with angel wings stands before you at your convention table. You're there, standing up with the energy, ready to go. What's your elevator pitch for Azrael to buy your comic?
Well, for Brother Kit, basically it's set in like a high-tech future. A scrappy kid stumbles into a clandestine organization that steals cutting-edge technology from rival corporations, believing their mission serves a greater good. He's paired with a tight-knit 3-person team, kind of like my nod to Naruto, really like that show, and guided by a somewhat charismatic leader. And the kid dives into daring heists involving alien tech and futuristic gadgets. As their missions unfold, cracks in the organization start to appear, and Brother Kit begins to suspect that he's being set up as the fall guy. So it's packed with pulse-pounding action, aliens, and a growing sense of betrayal. And so the story really revolves around the themes of loyalty, deception, and the cost of blind faith in a world.
Blind faith in the world. I sometimes think, Bernard, bro, that's all we've got. You know, the guiding light. In a world of abyssal darkness, sometimes feels that way. Maybe the last 5 years, which we won't get into, we're called the darkness wars. But sometimes, what is truth? Maybe your kids coming to the door as you come home from work. A supportive wife, a mum, 100%. A dad.
Yeah. As soon as you come home, all of that can just be left behind the front door and your new world takes place. It might be ran by 3 other people, but it's still your world. You might just have to be the yes man when it comes to it most of the time. But you know what, man? Through all the different lifetimes that I've lived just in 38 years, this has probably been the best path so far. So no looking back at this point.
No looking back in anger, just going forwards with that positivity. We like it. Here we go. Hello there, Radio Stories Now. Tell you what, friends of Star Million, who we love, Star Million, and Radio Stories Now. Good to have you on the show. Contributed to the chat when Star Million was on, when we tried to promo him, and Tuma Reckney as well. Unfortunately, Brother Deal that night couldn't make it, but we still promoted him all the same. We are honor bound, even if guests don't make it. We'll actually run the show for an hour to 2 hours and still promo. We'll go for the entire presentation and do it for you, because you never know. You might have to chase a convention. You might have to chase some money. For indie comic, you might have a work for hire project. You might not be able to make it. So this is our promise to our 5 Pillars Storytelling community. You know what I mean? For whatever reason you can't make the show, we've done it before. We've had the support of a chat and gone right through. As one guy couldn't make it, and we did about a 2-hour promo for him. And it was great. I had great fun with the chat and still promoted him. You know what I mean? And we did that for 2 guests so far. So Radio Stories Now, it's great you're in the chat tonight. Good afternoon, all. So good to have you. I will put that in the chat as well. Good to have you here in the chat. Radio Stories Now. I think they run their own successful pod. And is it true, Radio Stories Now? Are you writing your own indie comic? Perhaps if you want to put anything like that in the chat and let us know. If you want a link in the chat for your radio show, don't be shy, put it in the chat. We like to promo people. We're promo-holics here at the 5 Pillars of Storytelling. We love promoting creative leaders. If they've got their own show, they've got their own comic, we'll give it a shout out, you know what I mean? And we just like supporting people. We try to be, what's the word? We just try to be benevolent, more so after the last 5 years, we find. But anyway, great to have you in the chat, Radio Stories Now. Yeah. So anyway, we've got the, oh, here we go. It's speaking of a little indie comic project. I'm sure it's not so little. Let's talk about it. I am indeed writing my own, almost done with it. Thank you for asking, friend. No problem, Radio Stories Now. So it's not quite ready to break cover, you know what I mean, yet. But, you know, when it is, if you want to bring you and your artist on the show, just give an open invite. And how about you just, you know, contact us in the public arena, you know what I mean, wherever you like. And, you know, we try to promo everybody we can, especially if they're followers, if they're part of our storytelling community. We prioritize, we don't call you followers. If you're a follower of ours, we don't call you followers because we can't think of writers and artists actually being followers. We call you creative leaders. That's just how we feel about it, yeah? Because it's an act of passion, courage, and conviction to get out there to write your own story. We believe everybody's got at least one good comic book story in them. So yeah, yes, I am writing on my own. She says, almost done with it. Thank you for asking, friend. Well, yes, like I say, and oh, she's also saying, Radio Stories Now is saying, hi at Burnett Bro. There you go.
Hey, Radio, how you doing?
We'll just put in the chat, look forward to hearing more about your indie comic in due course. Radio Stories. We'll get the spelled stories right, otherwise we'll go laughing stock stories now. Let's go. Big smiley face, and we'll just put that in there. And then here we go. We've got a question coming up in the chat there. Just to put that up there. Look forward to hearing more about your indie comic in due course. Radio Stories Now. Yeah, tell us more about it when it's ready. Yeah, and it's like we know there's a kind of gestation period for everything. Then you've got obviously the sign up period, and then you've got the crowdfunding period. Question for you, brother Kit. When is Brother Kit launching? That's what I want to know, Mr. Barnick, bro.
Yeah, so it's been the sign up since January 1st. I launched it at midnight on December 31st. So January 1st is when it officially like got into its sign up phase, and I've had it there ever since because I want to get enough people. I'm just calibrating like how well it's being received from the audience, because the atmosphere that we're in is very much more adult than it is children, right? So it's very hard to sell something that's so colorful and people can kind of like resonate either Power Rangers or Sentai or something like that with it, which when you look at it, is that colorful, but it's very much taking a detour. It's definitely going, taking a 90-degree turn into what you're expecting to see versus what it actually is. So trying to get the word out on it more. I've seen a couple people look at it and tell me that they really like the art and what they've seen for the story so far, because I've let a few people look at it and read it, and they're excited for it. But just instead of just a few people to make this launch successful, there needs to be a very big, turnout for it. So just trying to make sure everybody knows about it before I actually launch it. I could launch it anytime, really, because I've already got 25 pages rendered and colored and ready for lettering. And then I just got to continue getting the rest of the 68 to 75 pages completed, which shouldn't take too long. I've worked with my artist long enough to know that he can turn them out pretty quick for me. And he has a very good idea of what I want being thrown onto the layout of the pages. So it's really just me kind of like feeling how my customers would receive the book at this point. But yeah, I could really launch it at any time.
This is interesting, and this is the dilemma, isn't it? This is the thing with indie comics. It's that balance of the art. You've got the art just about done. You've got 25 pages, yeah? but it's the commercial side of things, isn't it? In the old days, it used to be, well, we say art plan, business plan, but really it's in old school parlance, in terms of Jack Kirby Universe comics in the 1960s, it's commercial art. Yeah. It has to balance. You have to have your art side of things and think, right, is this going to make any money? Yeah. And obviously, there's a certain amount of signups. So tell us, you don't have to reveal the inner workings of your magical numbers. But what kind of sign up are you looking at? Is it 25? We have some magic numbers. We'll roll them off, and then you can tell us about what sign up you think. If we were doing a comic, we'd want to sell 1. No, we haven't. 2 would give us 100%. We're going to keep going. These are not Fibonacci numbers, but we're going to keep going. 5, 7, 10, 25, 50, like the bulkheads on the Starship Enterprise. Yeah. 75, 100 are numeric bulkheads you can go through. Then after 100, what we're going to do? 125, 150, 175, 200. Then we'll go to 50. Then we'll go 500. Then we'll go 750. Then we'll go 1,000. But in each 100 bracket, you can basically go, can't you?
Right.
1, 5, 10, or 1, 2, 5, 10. Then you go 25, 50, 75, 100. Repeat that and keep going with that. And these are bulkheads, numeric bulkheads you can put in your business plan. That said, right, while we're getting into it with the numbers thing, because we like to do a bit of that on this show, as well as talking about what you want to talk about. What are your kind of numbers you're aiming for then? 25, 50, 75, 100 ballpark?
Well, when I did my first launch with my first issue of Cobalt, I had like 124 signups. And I had like 150 backers, which was great. I just made a little bit over the goal that I wanted, but it was enough to actually like break even and get it out without losing a penny. Issue 2, I had 89 backers, but I still made goal, and I only had like 75 signups. So around the 75 to 89 on signups is what I'm looking for, because those 75 to 89 might already know me, and some just a few more might just be like, oh, this looks interesting, so I'm going to see what he says when he actually goes on somebody's stream to talk about it. So it's very much give and take when it comes to a potential customer. But 75 to 89 would be great for me to just be ready to be like, let's hit that launch and just start like shilling out, asking people to have me on to talk about it. And when we get there, that's probably more around the time that I'll launch it, because I see a lot of people launching this year. Like we've got Von Coleman doing a bunch of launches.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I really enjoy Phenomenova. It's that first issue was just, it was almost 100% perfect, but
absolutely. We had him on the show. What an energetic guy, and so much emotion.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's what? He's like 13 years younger than me at this point, so he better have the energy to do this.
He's actually killing it, isn't he? He's just the next generation of indie comics creators.
Right.
And those people are taking everything that kind of people have done before and kind of just storming the gates of corporate comics and going right over them. It's like, Lord of the Rings, when they bring in all the green ghosts to help them beat the orcs. Kind of like that.
100%. But yeah, if I wanted to, I would say if I wanted to launch this year, which I do plan on doing, I would probably make it around, let's see, we're almost at the end of July, so probably the beginning or mid-September would be best.
Mid-September would be best. And kind of how many signups have you got now? You don't have to reveal that if you don't want to. I
haven't checked in a moment. Let me see if I can actually find that out right now.
While Kit is finding that out, we've got a question from Radio Stories Now. Phenomenova is great. I only had a chance to read issue 1. We've had a good look through and read a third of Phenomenova issue 1, Radio Stories Now. And we'll tell you what, just the emotion, it's right in the gut. Get it, the premise of it. I won't spoil it for people out there. If you only buy one issue of Phenomenova, buy the first issue. It's gravity itself. It's lightning. It's emotion. It shows you what indie comics can be. You've got indie comics like Phenomenova and others like Lucent by Michael Bancroft, and you've got Rennie, who's got her Fiended book, is it? And tell you what, brilliant cosmology, taking I won't say the fight, but the battle of what indie comics can do, right to comics and going right over them. So it shows you what potential we do have in the indie comics community. You're a writer and you've got a great book in you, a great idea for story concept. The one thing we do like about the previous shows that's been highlighted, well, funny enough, with your good friend Star Million, and a brother of ours too, a friend of the show, is he got himself with a very, very good artist. Is it Julia, the artist for his book? I tell you what an artist! Between Star Million's dark existential noir and having an artist who can mirror that in terms of the art in the indie comics community, you can pick your artist and get the kind of artistic theme going that you visualize in your head. If you get the right chemistry with somebody, it's dark magic, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Like when I created my first 2 issues of Cobalt, I didn't know who to go to or anything, but I knew there were groups on Facebook. So I just started adding myself to the different Facebook groups that have to do with comic creators, comic artists, and stuff like that. And I just wrote a little prompt saying, hey, this is the story I have, street level vigilante in Atlanta. I'm not looking for clean lines. I'm looking for something dark and gritty, but with like a futuristic dystopian type setting. It's a little bit like in the realm of almost Blade Runner, but not quite. And as soon as I put that prompt out, hundreds of artists just start coming at you like in hordes. They're just like, hey, this is my art. Check it out. This is my page, right? Yada, yada, yada.
Lots of artists, we like the sound of that, storming the gates of the artistic wild frontier.
Oh, they want the work. They want to show what they can do. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's just, can you find one that fits your budget, and can you find one that emits the kind of art that you're looking for? So
it's the look, the budget, and the chemistry to work with you to get the project done. Yeah, almost 100%. Like community of sorts.
Yeah. So when I did Cobalt issue 1 and issue 2, I found this artist named Erwin Oroza. He's from the Philippines. Funny enough, my wife, her mother is from the Philippines. So I knew I had that in to make that connection and be like, hey, I hear a lot about what's going on over in the Philippines, yada, yada, yada. And we just started building this repertoire, and he's a beautiful guy. Absolutely love working with him. He's a father himself, fantastic artist. He works with Timothy Fling, if you've ever heard of that comic creator.
Not we'll check him out. If you DM us with him, we'll check him out.
Okay, but he's worked with Timothy Fling, who does the Water Wars comic books, and fantastic art. It's Erwin. I mean, if you go look at Cobalt on Indiegogo, if it's still allowed to be up there or whatever, definitely check out his artwork. But yeah, we just synced, and I've never had a collaboration go so smoothly with this guy. I mean, when I would put pen to paper and send it to him, it's like the scenes that he had in his mind just lined right up with what I envisioned. And so it was really great to feel that kind of chemistry take place, and knew that kind of relief where the tension just kind of like comes down off your shoulders, and you're just like, oh man, we're in good hands. Let's get this going. And so after I had that experience with Erwin, I was like, yeah, let's keep doing this. I got more stories to tell.
He's your guy.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm using
100% connection. Isn't it just, when chemistry is so right, it's like getting the band together, and it's the band.
Oh yeah, man. He's I might be what you would call maybe lead singer, being the writer, but dude, without that drummer, you ain't got a beat. You ain't got a beat worth showing to anybody. So it's all to the band behind me. I'm just the writer. Without them, it wouldn't mean squat. So much thanks to everybody that I've worked with.
I'll tell you what, it's nice to have Barnett Bro. a writer on the show with that level of humility. Of course, we've had Star Million. He is actually humility itself. What a champion he is for indie comics himself with his beautiful Orium Saga. It's dark, crystalline, existential magic. It is absolutely what a beauty. And we've only had the first issue. We can't wait for the second. But you know what? It's nice to recognize that artists do a lot of the heavy lifting in comics because it is a visual medium and it's hard to draw. It's hard to get everything done on time and those deadlines and that. And you tend to have hordes of artists. They're all clamoring for the job. But like you say, it's a trinity of aspects you're looking for. Have they got the chemistry? Do we get on with you? Are they, to me, what's the page rate like? Is it affordable? And, and so forth. Yes, isn't it? So, and we would say, let's get to the next question. And so we like the way you actually talk and the way you actually have that modesty, that humility. We find when we have creators who have, what's the word? Gratitude and are humble, it's far more attractive. Like effort itself is attractive. And people who are humble in the community and have gratitude and they use just simple things like please, thank you, manners, or a shout out or the smile. It's just about being pleasant in general. That's far better. So we keep the drama inside the comics and try and treat other people how we ourselves want to be treated. It makes a massive difference in terms, well, just one word, being professional.
Yeah, it's real easy for me just because I know I didn't come from any entity like the big two for me to have that kind of ego to go along with it. I'm very much a small creator like most of my pals are. So I know I have to work with everybody. I have to be able to network and, get along with everyone. And at the same time, there's really no reason for me to have an ego. Like it could end like that. You say the wrong thing, you do the wrong thing. You have to keep yourself in check for your audience and the people that you collaborate with. So it's 100% remember that you're always to be humble. You're always meant to give gratitude. You're always meant to give thanks. And, when I believe in the whole karma aspect of it. You do good, good comes to you. If you, BS somebody, expect it to come around and kick you right in your rear too. So it's very much full circle. What comes around goes around.
Tell you what, Radio Stories Now is liking what you're saying there. She's saying it beautifully said. The way you've poetically versed yourself in humility, and to me, that's how we go over or through or past. We go diagonally past them. We storm in the gates of the wild frontier of indie comics, and we can get our own plot of land. Sure, we might have a bit of jostling, friendly rivalry, but by lifting one another up, we create a rising tide that lifts all boats. And sometimes you have that corporate hubris, and they just don't get it because the corporate machine is an entity unto itself, and it doesn't always seem like a human entity. It's almost like it preserves itself. Whereas I know if I've got Brother Kit or the Orium Saga or Vaughan Coleman's Phenomenova, I know there's a genuine human being behind it, and it's existential. They have to be passionate. They've got courage. You can just look at them on X, Facebook, whatever your flavor social media. But X, actually, when we came to it 2.5 years ago and began our positive journey around at the same time as Star Million, we call him the mega Olympian champion of indie comics promo. And we realized, actually, we thought there'd only be a few hundred people because X, Twitter as it was then, didn't have a reputation for being a comics community, unlike Facebook and social media, but they're all run by by billionaires. Let's not kid ourselves, including Instagram. Some are two social media companies, and so they've got 4 billion kind of captive audience to themselves. Regardless of that, they're monetizing us. We can monetize them. So anyway, moving swiftly on. Basically, we found out through our last 2.5 years that actually we've probably looked at over 1,000 projects ourselves, but probably another 1,000 that we don't get to look at. People like K-Pop Funky she's the killer queen of indie comics promo. Look at John's Longbox, the kind of guests he's had on. He had Jim Shooter on before his unfortunate passing. A bit of a shame that, because we remember him during the heyday in the 80s of Marvel Comics, and particularly Defiant Comics, which was brilliant before it was cruelly cut down. He's had Eric July on, who's brought his music audience to indie comics and done quite well. You know what I mean? And he's proven there is money in comics, indie comics, if you know how to channel it. And perhaps what he's hinting at is sometimes you might have to look outside the indie comics community. For example, you've got 4 to 5 billion people on the internet. Maybe we need to be looking at the crypto community. Maybe we need to be looking at different communities that are outside of indie comics, which can actually aggregate our potential sales. You know what I mean? So sorry, we got on a bit of a tandem rant there. So
you're fine.
We're back at what we're trying to say is that, there's the wild frontier means you can have your business plan, other people have the business plan. Radio Stories Now, she can have her own business plan about what the concept is, what a color palette's going to be. Not every movie has to be color graded, like Hollywood says, teal and mustard. How come teal and mustard are in Superman and Fantastic Four? I thought they're supposed to be different kind of comic movie entities. Thought they're supposed to be rivals, yet they're both color graded the same. Are we talking about one entity or two? You know what I mean? Right. So what we like about indie comics is if you've heard of White Owl, which is like a kind of white costume version of Batman by Robert Rodriguez. Fantastic. We've got issues 1 and 2 already. We're going to back him for issue 3. Is basically he color grades the entire page after the colorist is finished with it to put his own tint on it, but it's not teal and it's not mustard. So, but everybody, Star Million does his own handwriting for his comic book. Yeah. Okay. So basically, Radio Stories Now, she might do her own lettering, or she might pull somebody in to do it, or use a handwritten font and do it herself. I mean, there's so many possibilities. Everybody can do their own business plan their way. That's what makes indie comics to us so dizzyingly intoxicating. Everybody can do it their own way. You've got to find something you like. If 2,000 people are doing it their own way,
100%.
So that was a rant. Right, back to the guest. Come on, man. We don't.
No, you're good.
About you. We hate talking. By the way, we don't like listening to our own voice.
Oh, that's fine.
Or looking in the mirror. So let's go to the next one. So preview of Brother Kit. Tell us about this nice piece of artwork. You've got a nice tone in the background that makes the front character pop. Tell us about it.
So this is actually my very first homage cover, and it comes from Kevin Eastman's TMNT. And who I had actually create this for me. His name is Michael Fulcher. You can find him on Instagram or Facebook or X. Fantastic artist. This is not his go-to art style, but he is a fantastic artist who can adapt and kind of mimic other people's art styles. So I'm a huge fan of TMNT. I'm a huge fan of, Nightwing, Daredevil, all the good ones. And I asked him, I was like, hey, this kind of has to do with, family, trust, those elemental themes of family and, whatnot. And I was like, hey, can I get you to do this homage cover for me with Brother Kit? And Michael Fulcher was like, yes, absolutely. And I, after talking to him, he gave me a couple scratches of layouts. He was like, does this look good? How's this? How about that? And this is the one that I chose, and he knocked it out of the park, man. I absolutely love it. I love the gritty roughness of it. I'm not into clean lines for my stories. I like the rough grittiness. And yeah, so he created this for me. Absolutely fell in love with it. I got a colorist off of Instagram. I believe his name's DV Colorist. And he knocked it out of the park. Great guys to work with. Michael Fulcher, the artist who did the line art for this one, he actually designs the outfits for some of the female WWE wrestlers. That was a nice little piece of info that he shared with me. And he actually showed me what he drew and sent off, and some of the action figures that he gets as collectibles to have them signed for him. So that was really cool.
Yeah. Tell you what, we've got another one for you. Tell us about this one. Are these variant covers then?
They are variant covers, yeah.
A specialty of indie comics, we have to say. If you've caught Vaughan Coleman's and there's latest campaign for Fandom number 3, it's got 6 variants, and it's
insane.
He just, the way he did the ones for issue 2 and 1, the variant covers are exquisitely elegant.
Right. And the artists that he gives for his covers are fantastic. You know, he's had Rainey do one. He's had multiple people do it, and they're all you know, just great. He had Don draw stuff, do one for him, which looks great. Like I said, he knows how to collaborate and market with people. So he's very charismatic. You can see he's very passionate about what he does. So I'm rooting for him.
Yes.
But this one of Brother Kit, you can see some of the cybernetic, you know, security detail, you know, trying to reach for him and everything. This is my second homage cover that I've ever done, and this one's an homage to Chainsaw Man's first volume.
Got you.
So just, I like the colors of the orange and the green playing on each other. I thought that would work really well with Brother Kit. And the artist that did this one, I'm forgetting his name right now. I could go on my Instagram and find out, but he gave me two versions. He gave me one with the colors of Brother Kit's outfit on this cover, and then he gave me just the complete orange with the green on it. And I actually fell in love with just the orange, you know, just plastered all over. I don't know why, but just the way it's like offsetting for people to think that, you know, your main character needs to have his actual colors of purple and black. I really liked this when he presented it to me, so I went with this one.
Like the clay tone on that, terracotta clay tones, very nice.
Yes. 100%.
Stands out. Yeah, we like that one. Tell us about this one.
This one, I found another artist on Instagram. Suddenly, I talk so much about Facebook groups. Now I'm going to Instagram.
Is there a good comics community on Instagram? We're quite green round the ears. We do have Facebook and Instagram accounts. And we are, that's the other one, Blue Skies, that we just recently set up an account there, but we're still pretty much anchored to our home on X, and obviously we've done expansive work on YouTube to do these live shows, but we're trying to gradually get everything concurrent and aggregate it together, but we're still early days on trying to get everything in lockstep.
You can find artists on any platform. It's just what kind of interaction are you looking for from them? Are you looking for just videos on YouTube and shorts? Are you looking for, oh, appreciate it. Yeah. funny story for that one, but I'll tell in a second. But yeah, you can find artists like on any platform. Instagram, you immediately go to their pages. All of their art styles are plastered up with the different heroes and villains and characters that they just draw because they love those characters. And all you have to do is go out there and be like, hey, I have an idea. Would you be able, or would you want to work with me on creating maybe a character design, maybe cover art, maybe a poster, trading card, and just see what people say. Some will be like, yeah, I'm ready to do that. Others will be like, I think I need a little bit more work. And other people are just going to shove prices in your face. So it's really just, it's a dance. Every time you go to collaborate with somebody, there's a dance you have to do. It's the back and forth. It's the little line dancing that you have to do with them. So, but yeah, I found this artist on here on Instagram, and if you go to my Instagram page, it's Tail End Studio, which is my comic studio. And you'll find the artist names, both the line artist and the color artist, because I can't think of them right now. But this one was another homage cover. I forget to who. But
Wolverine?
No, surprisingly not.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. We're getting strong Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Was
You're right.
Late
This was
Boon with a kind of gritty, kind of cursive line. Go on.
Yeah, this was I believe this was a Raphael cover that I had an homage to. I believe he was standing in the sewers getting ready to battle some foot ninja or something. But this is the character Brother Atlas. His real name is Thor Coleman, and no interaction with Von Coleman. That just happened to be a happy accident. But character's name is Thor Coleman. He's He's an ex boxer, MMA fighter, and the organization known as the Warren found him and picked him up. And as you can see right there, he has these like real like plasma looking Wolverine claws. And when it's a
Wouldn't want to
bear,
mess with him on a Friday night, would you? After a drink or
no,
two?
not at all. But the colors made it look absolutely badass. I really enjoy this piece. I didn't know if I should make this a poster or a trading card, but
That could be both. That could be both. That's scalable, isn't it? That's a trading card, and that would be absolutely awesome as probably an A3, even A2 poster. Really push it. I know what we
right.
like here. While you've got all the attention on the kind of plasma claws, kind of bad
Yeah.
Azrael kind of Wolverine pose mixed with a bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What we like is almost that kind of the way you can go beyond him and look at the city in the distance, you know what I mean? With that lovely slight change in the pacing of the color to give it real depth.
Yeah, 100%. And it kind of shows like how big of the obstacle is behind him. Like it's just one man sitting above and the sifting through a bunch of debris and having to take on everything that's actually outside in the world behind him. It's very much poetic to what Thor Coleman actually goes through in the book. But yeah, those colors, when I saw that glowing essence coming off of those claws, I was like, this is beautiful. This character might accidentally be the breakout character.
You've actually got the searchlight Batman kind of animated style in the background as well, which is a cute little
I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Hey, well, there we go. We've learned something new. We find with good artwork, you're always seeing something new. Like the Watchmen. Even now, we've gone and watched we watched a look at the Watchmen comic.
Yeah.
We've got 3 copies of it, and you know we're always finding something new. We love it. And Radio Stories now is saying definitely both. Because think about merch doesn't have to be one thing. It could be a saucepan, it could be a tea towel, it could be a tapestry, it could be a pillow, a blanket. It could be anything. It really, really could. You know what I mean? And what we say is, you know what I mean? Have you got a trading card with this on it?
No, not yet. Those would be stretch goals that come in after.
So Radio Stories now, this is a chance for us to both nudge him into giving him a stretch goal for a trading card that looks like that in our baritone voice. And we also do we want, oh, by the way, Radio Stories now, just asking, and you, Peter Orchard Studios, being quiet in the background. Don't go quiet on us. We know you're not quiet. There ain't none of us shy. We pretend to be shy. No, we really are shy, actually. But what size do we want for this poster between the 3 of us? 4 of us, if we count Peter Orchard Studios. Are we going for a 4? A3, reasonable size, or we're going to go for A2?
I think A2 would be best.
A2, folks. What do you think, Radio Stories Now and Peter Orchard Studios? Would you go for A2? Well, let's ask your son. What size does he want? Does he want the little poster or the massive poster?
Oh,
there he is. Hello, little fella. How you doing?
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah,
hello.
that recorder's going to hurt.
He's playing the recorder. Our favorite instrument. Does he want the big poster or small one? Go for the big poster. Bless him.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Right, we've regularly had the kids feature on the show. We had Tuma Reckning on, and his daughter Charlotte came on at the end. I think his wife, her name is Jewel, who does brilliant colouring. Actually, was doing a nappy change. Then we gradually coaxed her onto the show, and the 3 of them were chatting and stuff like that. And you know, 8. Well, here we go. I tell you what, you've got an answer waiting for when you get back, brother Kit. You know what I mean? You know, we can't wait. You know, and master poster, we think so. Master poster. We'll just wait for him to get back. Yes. Yeah, an A2 size would be good.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the chat's saying A2, perhaps in size, a bigger size, you know.
Okay. The customers have spoken.
I think so. You've got to go with, well, yeah, try it. You can only try merch. Tell us about this one, please?
This one is Sister V. She's just chilling in an alley waiting for orders from her higher up. His name is actually Brother Service, but yeah, she's just waiting around, waiting on her team to get to her. She's the one who's punctual. She's the one who follows the orders to the T, and she's got to deal with two misfit, men, and one being a teenager and Brother Kit. So she's been with the Warren the longest, and so she's the one that has the most loyalty to it. Whereas Brother Atlas, he's more there to beat some heads up because he's working through some stuff himself. And Brother Kit is basically the vessel that carries the reader through the events that unfold. So she's very much wanting to do everything by the book. She doesn't care for Brother Kit's little buffoonery and playing around that he does when they're on the missions, but he gets things done. So she just kind of has to deal with it, but things unfold with her too as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a nice set of colors. We like that. Tell us about these interior pages, which look very cinematic to us.
So this is actually the very first page that we fall in on in the book. So you can see here a little bit from the lighting that Brother Kit is actually holding a satchel, and they have the prize that they needed to take from a mission that they were just on. So they're trying to leave, but lo and behold, they were caught by the cybersecurity. And right now they're surrounding them, and one's calling it in, trying to get the actual police there to take them in. And just, they're not going to have that happen, to say the least.
No. I mean, what can you say to that? It looks absolutely fantastic to us. That to me has got, that cinematic look was what we'd say. You've got some nice etch work on the ground there. To me, you've got your backgrounds there. You've got all your figures and different poses and different dynamics. It's very good dynamic composition. Tell us about this one.
So this one here is they finally realized that looks like there was some overwritten data or some kind of coding just glitched out in them. And so instead of detaining them, they are now getting ready to unalive them, so to speak. So now they have to try and get out of basically the death grip of the now overridden security men. And as you can see down in that fourth panel, Brother Kit's kind of riding him like one of his own AT-ATs.
What we like about this is the movement that's in there. You've got not just one or two figures, but it's almost Jack Kirby style. You've got an avalanche of figures, and there's different diagonals. It's got that cinematic diagonals in different poses and different dynamics. It's almost like the figures are interacting with one another in a dynamic. And what we like about Brother Kit, from what we've seen over the last year or so, is the dynamic aspect of the figure work. So your artist certainly got something. Now, what about this one here? A kind of corridor shot, is that?
Yeah, so they're speaking to one of the other members of the organization. His name's Brother Gray, and he's basically had some bad past interactions with Sister V and Brother Atlas, even though they don't really give anything away to Brother Kit while he's there. But you can see him putting his finger on Brother Kit's chest where the word prospect is. It's because Brother Kit's has not joined the Warren yet, but he's on the missions to try and see if he's worthy of joining them. So he's basically warning them what he's going to be in for if he actually does join the Warren. So mind your P's and Q's and be ready for something to happen.
It's almost being that professional superhero, I guess. Yeah. being a professional. It's learning to be. If you've got great power, it's the classic line, isn't it? Great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. Tell us about this interior page, which looks like we've got some kind of high technology. Hello.
He just knocked his head on the door.
Oh, bless him.
I know. Hey,
give it a rub. Make it better. Kiss it better.
Let's see. This page here has Dr. Cecil Price working on one of the gadgets that are trying to be recommended by the Warren. So he's in there working on it, trying to figure out what it does and how to use it. But as you can see in the fourth or the third panel, he's got it open, but as soon as he touches something that he shouldn't have, it immediately closes back up. So it's not sentient, but it knows when it's being messed with and being meddled with and trying to recalibrate it. So
it's a machine, a bit of AI perhaps in there, a bit of high technology.
Some kind of sentience is in there.
Sentience. So a little clue perhaps. You have to read the comic to find out, maybe. Well, like that. A bit of portent of what the technology is, a bit of a hint. Now, tell us about this one, this shift in of a palette color to more of a kind of sinister red, suggesting perhaps a nemesis of sorts.
Well, while he was in there working on the gadget, something else happened with his associates down in the basement. And as you can see, things are not in their cages. And so stuff unfolds for Dr. Cecil Price to take care of while Brother Kit and his team are getting ready for the next mission.
Tell you what, we just realized what we did when we had the overlapping chat in the at the beginning of the show. We actually had the stream, the actual stream page of our YouTube open. So when we went live, it went live on YouTube. So that was playing in the background while we were broadcasting. We won't do that one again. Bit of a faux but you live and learn, you know what I mean? So first 15 minutes, folks, that was a rookie error on our part. We're still quite a young show. This is only our 40th episode. So we're still learning, you know what I mean? We're trying our best. Right, let's move on to the next page. Tell us about this one, a bit of a secret identity page.
So this is actually the character Devin, the young man within the Brother Kit attire. And he finally got out of the last mission and he is home now and he's taking care of things that his father is not able to do at this time because there was a loss in the family and his father has decided to go on the drinking binge. And so with his dad basically having some libations every single night, he's not able to do the work to keep their restaurant open. So on top of school, the Warren, he now has to take care of what was his mother's restaurant because his dad is not putting in the effort to work through his grief. He'd rather just be sunken into it and be depressed instead of actually talking to family or even his son about it. So there's a lot going on with this story. It's an old trope, family member, parent dies, some distance takes place between the two in the household and, trying to work through it. So there's a lot of emotion that's supposed to be within this book.
Lovely. Well, there's emotion with all superhero stories bubbling under the surface, isn't there? It's that secret identity stuff that adds a kind of a very human element to the fantastic element of being a quote unquote superhero. Yeah.
Right.
Now, tell us about your merch, Brother Kit. We've got here a fridge magnet with art, Chibli stickers. Tell us more about this.
So let's see, if we're presented like we are right here, then to your left, the bigger Brother Kit art is actually going to be a fridge magnet that you get when you sign up on the sign up page. So if you sign up today and you back a physical tier later when we launch, you'll get your very own 6 a.m. comic.
Gosh, like it. Like
magnet.
those, look like the fridge magnet. Very nice.
Yeah. And then the two other are actually going to be stickers. So when it comes to 6 a.m., he's always going to be my magnet. He does great art. You can find him on X also.
Looks
Fantastic,
good. We like the
fantastic
product.
artist. He's working on a book of his own, actually, that he's working with his daughter on.
Cool.
And but this is his art style, that real like codename Kids Next Door kind of art style in chibi form. Yeah, I really like it. I dig it.
And that Ghibli art style is very popular, isn't it? It's the anime manga thing, you know what I mean? It's very popular right now, you know what I mean? There's no reason why that kind of art style can't be incorporated into your book, you know?
Oh, 100%.
And your merch. What about your creative team? So obviously there's Bionic Bro, yourself, the writer and the concept creator. And perhaps tell us about the artist one more time and who's on the lettering and who's on the coloring, please.
The artist, the one doing the line art and the colors, he actually has his own team. He hasn't told me the name of it, but his name is Samuel. And he's down in South America. I believe it's Brazil. We all know there's something in the water there for artists. But he does a fantastic job. He's always immediate to respond to me when we talk to each other on Messenger, not through email. We just deliver stuff to each other through Google Drive. That's how we do it. And he's great. He's really responsive. As you can see, he's got a great artistic sorry, my son just decided to close my door for me for some reason. But
he knows you're streaming.
He does. I'm surprised he's not in here trying to get his own time. But Sam's a great guy. Worked with him since about October last year, maybe, just getting things done. If I ask for redraws, he immediately does them, gets them out to me in a timely manner. So it's just making sure that everything looks correct, making sure that colors for one piece of clothing is the exact same as it is on another one. Make sure the length of weapons are basically in line with each other when you do the page flips, and finding stuff like, thank you, young Lazarus. I appreciate that.
And you know who he is, don't you? It's our guest we had on last week, Christopher Rhodes.
10, yeah.
10 Comics. Absolutely.
Yeah. I watched it.
Did you? Cool. Yeah. We had Bianca Makosh in the chat, leading.
He's got a good looking book too.
He's got a very good looking book, Christopher Rhodes. He's been very generous with Bianca, who's in the chat that night, and complimented her work. So he's a very generous, positive kind of guy. We like his style, mate. It was a great guest, and we're glad you watched the stream that night. So yes, young Lazarus 12, who's actually Christopher Rhodes of 10 Comics. Welcome. We're going to put in the chat.
Cool.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah, when I usually get into people's live streams, if I'm most of the time just the fly on the wall, just listening and letting the creator and the host like go back and forth. I don't like interrupting, and it's me. I have like an anxiety issue, even though it might not come off right now. But yeah, there's very much like hairs on the back of my neck standing up every time I do one of these.
We're all nervous.
It's something that
we're all shy at heart. We're all shy. Yeah. Kid you not. I mean, you know, we've just trained ourselves over the years with different things we've done to actually, shall I say, project confidence. But I think we're all shy at heart. You know what I mean? And quite modest people, really, in the community.
Yeah. But Christopher Rose, he has an excellent looking book. I don't know if it's launched yet or not. I forget. But
it's on sign up. He wants a few more sign ups to reveal that cover.
I'm in the same boat, Chris. Don't worry.
We've signed up for it, and we'll certainly back it because we've got issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, Christopher Rhodes.
Okay.
And so we'd say it scores a perfect 10. It's got great ambience, geopolitical, political conspiracy with that's kind of almost an ambience of The Watchmen about it, because it deals with geopolitical events as The Watchmen does, and the artwork is absolutely first class on it.
Awesome.
Right, how about we go to the next post then? Will I Like Brother Kit? Who is it for, Bionic Bro?
This is honestly for anybody at any age. Honestly, there's going to be some adult themes that take place, of course, and then there's the colorful side of it that would attract, you know, younger audiences. I probably wouldn't give this to somebody under the age of 11 or 12, but I mean, there's no cursing or anything, but the the themes that we go through, it's a kid in high school getting ready to graduate, though. Those are the
So
those
it's
are
slightly beyond. It's slightly
right.
beyond Universal, perhaps PG and up.
Right. So if you're, 7th grade, 6th grade and up, I'm sure you're already starting to deal with those kind of emotions and that twist that take place when you become of that age. And it's from here on out, it's just trying to figure out, what do you do after college? He's got to talk to his girlfriend and see what's going on with her. He's got to deal with the Warren maybe not wanting him to go or not letting him go. It's very much just one hell of a ride that you're going to be in for.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. So yeah, it's a kinetic, energetic ride with deep running emotions. Yeah, the technology is there, and it provokes thought as to what is the ultimate nature of this technology. From what we've seen so far, without reading the book, Peter Orchard Studio says he does have a pint or two of orange juice before going on a stream. As a family-friendly show, we won't put the comment up. And he says, you'll be right as rain after a couple of mellow orange juices. And Stanley Orchard is saying here, looking good, using our baritone. Absolutely, we say so. Right then, next one then, trailer. Hopefully we can play this without any disasters. We're going to press play here. 1 second.
cool.
Do this right. We need to add that as a source image. Let's see, add to stage. Let's see here. Yeah, we do. We need to redo that. 1 second. We'll be right with the share screen and share screen, and we're going to go for Brother Kit. Do this now and see if we can do it this time. Yes, we're there, and hit the play button if we can. There we go. And screen. Love it, like it very, very much. Remove that, and we'll add ourselves back to the screen. That is what you call bone crunch. That's your trailer that sells your book. It's bone crunching music. It's cinematic trailer. It seems to give an exciting, dextrolicious preview of what you guys are all about. Now, why do you love indie comics, Bionic Bro? And when did your journey with indie comics begin?
I love indie comics because it allows me to not only meet other creators and see what they're working on and, just throw ideas off each other and whatnot, because that's a big one. You are always going to need somebody to try and help you mitigate your story, because you might think that it flows well, but they might see something a little bit off that needs a little bit of reconstruction and a little recalibration on it. But why I love indie comics is because you see what people are capable of when they're given the chance.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what indie comics is to me. It's the chance for somebody to show what they're made of, and, come hell or high water, they want to get it out to you because it's a passion project. We all want to make this like our lifestyle. We all want to be like the others that, get 20, 50, however, 5 digits, 6 digits, who cares? People just want to be able to create and celebrate those wins when they actually create something that people want. And I love seeing people when they do their first launches just how they become overwhelmed with thanks and gratitude and amazement, and seeing that it actually paid off for them to work hard and diligently on their project. I love seeing them just reign over with gratefulness and just, satisfaction, and people actually, wanting to be there to help them out. So, and yeah, I mean, I love creating also. Like I said, in 2018, it was the first time I did a 6-page story, origin story for my character Cobalt. And as soon as I did that, I caught the bug. I was like, I actually want to keep doing this. And so I went out of my way. I started looking at other creators online. For me, I don't care where you hail from in this sphere. If you have an idea, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. Let's get you on the show. Let's shill out your book. Let's talk about you and what you enjoy. Very much like you did for me, man.
Go on.
Yeah, very much like you did for me. It's just, if you see something that's cool and you want to promote it to other people that might be interested also, I love doing that for people. And I love having it done for me too. It's very much, pay it forward for me. And indie comics, it's given me friendships. It's given me, chances to network with people. Peter Orchard, I met him on somebody else's channel, and we started doing our own thing later on. And his brother Stanley is actually in the chat with him also. Two great guys if you ever able to hang with them. But it's moments like that where you not only create a book, you create friendships, and you guys decide to grow together.
Exactly.
Because nobody can do it alone, man. You need each other, and that's how you're going to get somewhere. So, and they very much keep me in line with my ideas.
Of course.
But yeah.
Right then, we'll go to the next one. Right then, what advice would you give to aspiring creators as the end of the show is on the horizon? What advice would you give to the younglings out there? Well, yeah, it's very much about that. Kindness begets kindness, you know what I mean? Mm. And it's all about that in the indie comics community. At the 5 Pillars of Storytelling, all we're trying to do is have grace. We try to be gentle with people, and we try to be generous with people. We try to give them of our time. We've got a certain amount of cake that we can slice up in any given day, and we try to actually give all creators a chance. Sometimes if we've known a creator a long time, we'll give them a bit more of the cake because we like to, show our loyalty to the creative leaders who've been with us since the very beginning. And of course, we respond to energy as well. People like Vaughan Coleman, his energy is almost immutable. He's got great energy. Same as young Lazarus, the Christopher Rhodes of 10 Comics. Anybody who hasn't seen that, show us. We had a great time in the chat and a great time speaking to Christopher as a guest. Very positive energy, and we're like that, and we think that's the way you harness the best out of people, by being gentle with them, by being kind, being generous, and just having a positive, gentle word. It makes all the difference. It's like you put that into the universe, you'll get it back in abundance,
100%. Yeah.
Right then, what superhero would you be?
What superhero would I be? Superman is almost too altruistic for me, but I would love to be that. Just, the one, truth, justice, and the American way, 100% all day, every day. But if I was more in line with the character, I would say I would be more like and wanting the superpower, I'd say I'd be more like a Kyle Rayner.
Got you. Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern.
Yeah. Because it's an artist who happens to be a Green Lantern.
He's not only Green Lantern, but he's a comic artist as well. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, right? See, it works.
It works. There you go. Like that's a good answer. Bonus questions. Won't take long. What are your plans for Tailend Studios and Brother Kit going forward, sir?
Brother Kit, this is going to be the first volume or first issue, what have you. As soon as I get done with that and come to fulfillment, or God forbid if it doesn't make it, either way, there's always another story to be told. But what I'll be doing after Brother Kit is I'll be going back to working on Cobalt again and getting issue 3 ready.
Got you.
So, yeah. And after that's
your other project.
There's many, but people keep asking when Cobalt 3 is going to come out. And so You got to listen. You got to listen to the audience. If they want Brother Kit 3, you've got to give them what they want. Then afterwards, maybe they'll look at something else that I have percolating on the stove.
So it might be a good idea for creative leaders out there, to maybe have 2 or 3 projects. We had people on the show before, Bentbox Studios. They have a handful plus of quality books, and if you don't like one book of theirs, you might actually buy the others. But his philosophy was very much, if you have them all of a given standard, if you buy the Orium Saga, then you might well buy all the other books like Refuge and so forth. So if you've got that consistent quality across your books, you've got several IPs. It's like rolling that dice. If you've got 6 IPs, somebody's going to like the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You're going to guarantee a hit. If you've got a certain amount of IPs, you've got more of a chance of getting a customer. Now, what's your favorite pizza, sir?
My favorite pizza is the margarita pizza.
Very popular.
Oh yeah.
We could go for that right now. We're a bit hungry. I think that would explain our moment earlier when we got a bit ranty. We just missed one meal, and you can always tell. To me, we had some coffee cake, but it's not quite the same as actually having a nutritional meal. We had it with a cup of tea, but we have eaten today, but not nearly enough for a 29-year-old who needs calories. Just saying, man.
I hear that.
Marguerite would be great right now. Now, look, where can they find out more info about Tail End Studio?
You can find me on X, of course, under Tail End Studio. I also have my second account known as Bionic Bruh, _ between Bionic and Bruh. But I don't really use that second account for anything. I'm very much under my Tail End Studio all the time on X. On Instagram, you can find me on Tail End Studio or Bionic Bruh. And then on YouTube, you can find me under my channel, Bionic Bruh, BRUH for Bruh. But I'm usually there every other Thursday with Peter and Stanley, just doing a live stream. And I've more recently started doing some actual videos with a cartoon avatar as my that represents my ideas for the show. So go check out those too.
Yeah, we'll check out those too. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you'll have to send us some DMs on how you do a cartoon avatar. Who knows, we might do that for ourselves sometime, although some might argue we're enough of a cartoon as we are.
All I can say is you need patience for either one.
You need patience for either one, yeah. I tell you what, doesn't matter how much technology you get involved, it always seems to take the same amount of time to get the content done. So then, what we would like to say, thank you for being our special guest, Bionic Bruh. We wish you very well and Godspeed as with Brother Kit and Tail End Studios, and certainly getting the comic to launch. Hopefully you get the right amount of signups, around about the 80+ mark to 100, and keep submitting your book to the 5 Pillars of Storytelling promos on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can put it in the art promo on Thursday as well, some cool art in there from your artist. So we do the art promo as well. We do the Indie Comic Late Night Love. Not every night because we want to keep it special, but we frequently put the Late Night Love, so that way you get 16 hours of us promoting your art or your book. So we say thank you very much for being a special guest, our resident expert tonight. Thank you very much for being the creative leader, and thank you very much to chat for taking part in that. We hope we just say hello to Bianca once more and say hopefully your little walk out did the power good for you. It certainly did for us. We actually went visiting family before we came on the show. We had about 50 minutes left when we got back home to actually scramble the jets, send you the invite link, and then we forgot we'd left open the streaming page on our second tab on our Safari tab, and we've got obviously that this StreamYard doesn't work in Safari. It works in Chrome. So we had 2 browser windows open, but we didn't realize one of them was actually a source being streamed live. And then we were obviously streaming from the Chrome tab as well. So that's why the first 15 minutes, folks, are an absolute, well, a train wreck of echoes. So we'll hopefully anybody watches that, we'll apologize on X, and hopefully anybody who watches the stream can maybe scrub forwards about 15 where things start to settle down again. And tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put our exciting outro music on. Hopefully we can add to a stage. But